Hey, Abbas. Good morning. Okay, we're going sideways.
Good morning, good morning. If you haven't already, grab your cup of tea, grab a seat, grab a notebook, whatever you need to get yourself comfortable. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tip
Good
of the
morning.
Day Tuesdays, guided by my better half, Adrian.
Did you want me to get started here now? You want to wait?
We can get started with there.
So yeah, all you need for today's class is a warm cup of tea. And if you'd like to take notes, you have the option to bring a journal and pen.
So welcome to our online studio where we give yoga, meditation, and plant-based guidance to our community. Yogi Athlete is a fusion of mind, body, and sport to enhance the athletic performance. If you are not an athlete, it is perfectly fine. Yogi Athlete is also for all ages, shapes, and sizes looking to lead a better lifestyle or a healthy lifestyle. All of our classes are donation based. The donations go towards our Eat, Move, Meditate events, which are based in South LA, where we give yoga, meditation, and we also work with small businesses, POC businesses, showcasing their brands to our events. So all our donations go to Eat, Move, Meditate, and Yogi Athlete, just to keep thriving and keep giving you guys a lifestyle where we can all grow from. And yeah.
Cool, thank you. So again, if you're just tapping in now, welcome to our online studio and welcome to Tip of the Day Tuesdays, where we share Ayurvedic wisdom to balance mind, body, and spirit. My name is Adrian. I'm an Ayurveda health counselor, yoga teacher, founder of Hoola Mama, and co-founder of Yogi Athlete.
And my name is Amir, founder of Yogi Athlete, former professional football player and yoga instructor.
So for today's class, you just need a warm cup of tea, journal and pen if you want to take notes. And for today's tip of the day, we're going to talk about how to incorporate or cultivate an Ayurvedic lifestyle. So simple tips to just bring Ayurveda into your life, things that Amir and I have implemented into our lives that we just want to share with you. So any body can implement these, anyone can implement these. So we're really excited to share these simple tips with you. So if you want to take notes, I highly recommend doing so. But again, all of these are easily accessible to create a well-balanced Ayurvedic lifestyle. So even with just these simple tips, you can improve balance in your life, you can strengthen your digestive system, you can boost your immunity, all sorts of good things. So we're super excited to share those with you.
Yes, so at the end of this, please drop any questions you have in the question box or in the comments below.
Yeah.
We'll get to questions at the end as much as we can, but let's dive in.
Yeah. Okay, so first things first, when you wake up in the morning, that kind of sets the foundation for your day. So upon rising in the morning, which Ayurvedically you should rise with sunrise. So whatever time sunrise is in your area, that is the time that you should be waking up. So upon sunrise, your first initial thoughts set the foundation of your day. So I like to immediately start my day off with gratitude. So as soon as I wake up in the morning, my initial thoughts are thank you. Thank you for another day. Thank you for this bed that I'm sleeping in. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for my partner, my best friend. Thank you for so many things. You can thank whatever you want to, but a moment of gratitude is so important to start the day. Do you want to add anything to that?
No, I definitely agree. Gratitude, first thing you do as you open your eyes. I know for myself this morning, before I even got settled, hour meditation, had my sea moss, had my tea, being thankful, and just starting your day off with, the mindset that is going to be a productive, positive, inspirational, influential day for yourself.
Yes. And that leads me to meditation. So ideally, as soon as you wake up in the morning, after you have your gratitude, you do want to meditate first thing in the morning. So like Amir says, and he can even touch base on meditation too, but just allowing yourself to turn inward, to reflect, to contemplate, to meditate, become one with the breath is so essential for our very own healing. Do you want to talk about your meditation practice, or maybe how our viewers can incorporate meditation?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we kind of skimmed on this last week, I believe, but just setting the foundation of 2 minutes, 5 minutes for a practice, just to start your meditation. Again, like I said in the past, I look at meditation as a form of a workout. So as far as, going to the gym, you won't be in the gym for 2 minutes, 5 minutes. So just to create that, to lengthen the meditation, my mindset as an athlete is, okay, I'm not going to be in the weight room for 5-10 minutes. I'm going to be in the weight room for 45 minutes to an hour. So that's how I got a chance to deeper my meditation, just by having that mindset. And then just focusing with the breath, following the breath, noticing your thoughts at the time, and just being aware and observant of your thoughts. That's just one step of many. Meditation to me is just like a form of any type of training. So you're training your mind just like you train your body. So.
Yep, I like that. So if anyone here is new to meditation or unaware of how to begin, not to be afraid. We do have guided meditation and breathwork classes every Wednesday on IG Live, on Yogi Athlete at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So definitely join us tomorrow for a guided meditation and breathwork class. So there's no right or wrong way to meditate. The true intention of meditation is allowing yourself to become fully aware of your true being and reconnect with that being. So meditation and breathwork is key. So breathwork as well as meditation is very important. If you are unsure of what breathing techniques are balancing for you, definitely take a look at my website. I do have the 4 purifications on both YouTube and my website on how to break down 4 different types of breathing techniques that will be super beneficial for cleansing out the nadis, or the energy channels that we have within the body, and also helps to do a variety of different things for the mind and body that are so balancing and so nourishing and so grounding. So if you do want to dive into additional breathwork practices, definitely take a look at either my website or my YouTube so you can see those.
And just to kind of piggyback on that with breathwork, any athletes that will be watching this, I believe breathwork is extremely important for your cardio, your respiratory system, just building that stronger lung capacity where you can, for me, I would say, be a beast on the field or be a beast on the court. So, just having that strength internally with the breath, it brings a whole new balance and achievement towards your training. And that's just what I want to say.
Yeah, breath is key, because oftentimes in any kind of physical workout or training, you see people holding their breath when they're pumping weights in the gym. And the moment that you hold your breath, you're allowing a lot of bad things to happen to the body. You're creating blockage in the body, and then you're stopping prana, the life force energy, from moving to your body when it needs it the most at that moment. When you're pushing and exerting so much energy, you need that fuel, you need that life force pumping through you. So breath is so essential when exercising.
So again, these are just tips, Ayurvedic tips that you can use in your lifestyle that we're just giving out today.
Yes. So next, after you've done your meditation, you then want to brush your teeth, scrape your tongue, and also practice oil pulling. So brushing your teeth is very essential. You need to clean your mouth. And then scraping your tongue. Has anyone ever observed their tongue? So a lot of people don't observe their tongue at all, but I highly advise you to take a look at your tongue, if not now, after this video, and just observe what you see. What kind of coating, if any, do you have on your tongue? Are there any bumps? Are there any divots? Are there any cracks? What color is it? Your tongue tells so much about the strength of your digestive system. I know it's crazy to say, but the tongue has the same epithelial tissue as the digestive tract. So whatever is going on in your digestive system, your colon, your small intestine, will show up on your tongue. So oftentimes, I remember someone said to me, if we brush our teeth at night, why do we wake up with such stinky breath in the morning? And it's because while you're sleeping, your body is working really hard to digest everything that you had the day prior. So everything that comes up as undigested metabolic waste, sticky substances, or ama in Sanskrit is what we call it, that undigested waste, will show up and manifest on the tongue. So everything that just wasn't right for your body, or maybe your digestive system wasn't strong enough to break it down at that time, will all show up on the tongue.
That's pretty gross, because I be knowing some people be having some funky breath when y'all wake up in the morning. So, yeah, that's kind of some information right there.
So, if you have that coating and that foul smell happening on your tongue, it's most likely, and it is, happening in your digestive system as well. So scraping your tongue in the morning with a copper tongue scraper is so beneficial for you in so many ways. So you're going to, after you brush your teeth, you scrape your tongue about 5 or 10 times with a copper tongue scraper, and that helps to remove the excess ama that shows up on your tongue, or that undigested metabolic waste. And by scraping your tongue simultaneously, you're waking up and getting your digestive system excited in a way. So digestion starts at the mouth. So as soon as you start to kind of massage the tongue with a tongue scraper, you're already waking up your digestive system and getting it ready for the breakfast that you'll have later on.
And I noticed for myself when I started doing the tongue scraping, Adrian actually introduced me to it, and I just noticed the difference like immediately. Like even if you got, you're trying to get a breath mint because your breath stink, but if you at home and you just go to the bathroom and you scrape your tongue, you will automatically, like after you scrape your tongue, you'll see the phlegm that is on your tongue, which is gross. But after that, like your breath is like solid.
Helps to freshen your breath.
Like really fast. So just a tip, just to keep that breath
all
fresh.
Natural breath freshener. Yes. So after you scrape your tongue, then you would oil pull. Or oil swishing is what you would do. So oftentimes I would recommend a sesame oil because it's warming, and naturally the mouth is cooling. It has kapha tendencies, so cold is one of the characteristics in the mouth. So a warm sesame oil is great. So oil swishing or oil pulling helps to strengthen the teeth. It helps to soothe the voice, moisten the lips. There's so many health benefits to oil swishing, and those are just to name a few. So yes. Oil swishing. And piggybacking off of oil, oiling is one of the greatest things you can do for your body. So one of my teachers, Dr. Suhas, once stated that drying creates aging in the body, and oiling creates this youth in the body. So wherever there's a hole in the body, there's an oil for it. Yes. A lot of people who have done some treatments with me, such as Karnapurna or Nasya, that was brand new for them, a whole new experience. And even last night, Amir did some Karnapurna on me, and it's so wonderful. Karnapurna is oiling of the ears, and I cannot stress enough that oiling the body is so healing for the body. But many of you are unaware of how to practice Karnapurna or even Nasya, and that's okay. But I highly recommend a very easy Ayurvedic bodywork treatment that you can do on yourself called Abhyanga. So Abhyanga is a self-healing, full body oil massage. So it's not like a Swedish massage where you're getting into the deep tissue. This is light, gentle strokes, but you are covering every crevice of your body. You are starting with your scalp, all over your face, in your ears, up your nose, around your neck, your whole torso, around your elbows, on your hands, your hips, your butt, everywhere, all the way down to your toes. So this form of touch, there is a skin to brain connection. So to touch and to be touched is so healing. And right now in quarantine, many people are by themselves, and that's okay. You can still touch and be touched by practicing Abhyanga. So a warm oil that is suitable for your body type is going to be so healing for you during this journey. So Abhyanga is a great practice for helping calm the nervous system. If you're trying to lose weight, this is a great way to tonify the body. Or if you're somebody who struggles to gain weight, this is a great way to help, again, build the body. So Abhyanga has this great way of balancing the body in whatever way it needs to. So
what type of oil is good for people to do Abhyanga?
Great question. So for Vata individuals, and again, if you're unsure of what your dosha type is or what your body constitution is at this time, that's okay. We do, if you want to take a look at our YouTube channel, if you haven't subscribed already, I would definitely recommend doing so. But we have an episode 2 on the Ayurvedic Doshas. So we break down the doshas for you, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, so that you can understand which oil is suitable for you. So for Vata individuals, I would recommend a warm sesame oil for Abhyanga. For Pitta individuals, I would recommend a sunflower or a coconut oil. Those two oils are cooling, and if you remember from our dosha video, or if you haven't watched it already, you'll learn that Pitta is very heating, or is actually hot. And then for Kapha individuals, I would recommend a warm sesame oil, again, as well.
Also, shout out to Napoli Naturals.
Yes.
You can get your oils from
Yes.
Napoli Naturals. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. If you're in Los Angeles, South LA, check out Napoli Naturals. You can get your oil from there. Amazing.
Yes, and
Amazing
they have
spot.
a ton of wonderful all-natural body products. They have wellness teas, they have herbs, lots of yummy, delicious stuff for your body and for your mind. So definitely check them out in Leimert Park. So if you have any questions about Abhyanga, I also have a blog post on my website that you can dive into that breaks down Abhyanga. And again, if you forget what oil is suitable for your body type, I also list it in my blog post. So if you just take a look at hoolamama.com and go to learn and check out the blog post, you can, or I think it's under videos, you can check out the blog post there. So next, after you've done your Abhyanga, you have the option to either shower immediately after and rinse the oil off and whatever is meant to be absorbed into the body will stay absorbed into the body, and whatever is meant to be cleaned and washed off will come off in the shower. So when you're hopping into the shower, just be careful not to slip. Be aware of the oil that's on your feet, so get into the shower carefully. Or you have the option to sweat with your oil on and then shower after you sweat. So exercising is key for establishing a balancing Ayurvedic lifestyle. So you want to sweat daily in a healthy way. So you don't want to over-exert your body and your heart. So you want to do it in a healthy way. So again, if you're keeping your Abhyanga oil on your body while you sweat, just be careful not to slip and slide on whatever surface you're exercising on. But you can also throw a towel down when you exercise. That will help to prevent you from slipping. So sweating, how do we sweat? We do that through whatever exercise is best suitable for your body type, and by practicing asana, the yoga postures. So we have a couple exercise classes throughout the week on our online studio. We have Movement Mondays, a strength training class. We have our yin yoga on Thursdays and our flow yoga on Fridays. So lots of opportunities to sweat with us if you haven't sweat with us already. So exercising is key. And then next, eating according to your dosha type or your body constitution. So many of you might be thinking, what do I eat for my body type? So we do have another episode. Again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have an episode about foods that are balancing for each of the doshas. And then on top of that, you want to lay that on top of eating for the seasons. So right now we are in spring season still, but we're getting closer to summertime. So you have to be mindful of what is available right now in our city, in your city, during this specific season. So shopping locally at the local farmers markets is the best way to have fresh, local, in-season foods.
Definitely. Agree.
Cool. Wasn't sure if you wanted to add.
No, I agree. I mean, at this point right now with everything going on, COVID, whatever, if you can't get into a farmer's market, go to your local grocery store where you can get fresh produce. Make sure it's organic or pretty much whatever you can afford. But make sure you can get the produce that you need to bring in to alkaline the body. Mm-hmm. Saying that is just to stay away from the meats. We're all starting to know what's going on with the agriculture of the meat. If you don't, do your research. So again, just finding those healthy produce to keep the body alkaline and to keep your mind, aware.
Yes. And the main thing is here, regardless of what you're grabbing, just make sure that the food is whole. So you want to focus on foods that contain prana and that are whole. So whole foods that you yourself can cook and create. We want to stay away from processed foods, all of these different packaged foods that have a long shelf life. Like, yes, there is a little bit of balance here, because I know that especially during the times right now where we live in these unprecedented times, we don't know what's going to happen next. We do want to have a variety of things that are shelf stable, but for everyday living, especially right now, while we still have access to fresh, whole ingredients, produce, fruits and vegetables and grains and legumes, we want to focus on those things, those foods that still contain prana, life force energy, that are still living. So whether you can afford organic or not, that's okay. Just focus on foods that are still living, whole foods, whole ingredients, whole produce. So you also want to, in addition to that, Ayurvedically, you want to eat warm, freshly cooked foods. This will help to strengthen your Agni, which in Sanskrit translates to your digestive fire. So the strength of your digestive system. So when you cook fresh, warmly prepared meals, that helps to break it down a little bit easier for your digestive system so that you can digest it, assimilate it, and your bodily tissues and your energy channels can uptake those nutrients in an easier way. Anything to add to that?
Nope.
Okay. Another thing to add on top of eating is that you want to create a pleasant environment when you eat. So what that means is, oftentimes, especially if you live in a household where there's TV constantly running, the radio is constantly running, you have music constantly playing, that's great, but you want to be mindful of what you have playing in the background. So oftentimes if you notice that you have the news or something stressful playing in the background, turn that off before you eat, turn that off prior to preparing your meal, because you want to create a pleasant environment for your eating. So eating and consuming food is so sacred. It's a sacred practice. It's a sacred ritual. You want to create a sacred and safe space for when you eat.
And if you think about it, if you had grandparents, your grandparents would, or older people, they always had you sit in the dining room, you know. Now, this new generation, you know, we're kind of lenient with, oh, you can watch TV just to keep the kids occupied while they're eating. But if you think about it, going back, I used to get in trouble for trying to watch TV and eat at the same time, especially if my grandma was in the house. My grandmother would be like on it, slap you on the hand, get your butt up in that kitchen and go eat. And you're like, okay. But if, like, now that I think about it, and just Adrian just saying that now, that just triggered, I'm like, wow, that makes sense. So, you know, even if you have kids, not telling you how to raise your kids, but, you know, just try to guide them in a way where making what they consume, especially what they eat as they consume, to be mindful about that and let that time to eat to be sacred, even in the household. So, you know, that's why we have dining room. If you don't have a dining room, you know, at this time, we don't have TV. So make sure you're consuming the food in a conscious way.
Yes, thank you. And the reason why, coming from an Ayurvedic perspective, you don't want to be watching something while eating, because the body can only literally consume and digest one thing at a time. So when you're watching something or reading something, that is a form of consumption. That is a form of ahara. So when you're watching something and eating at the same time, your body and your digestive system is going to be like, whoa, what are you doing? Slow down. Because it can only do one thing at a time. It can only focus on one thing at a time. So only focus on eating when you are eating. So that way you can fully break down the food, because you could lead to, if you watch TV or you're reading something and your mind is preoccupied because you're on your lunch break, but you're still on your computer while spoon feeding yourself, you're going to lead to so many digestive issues because your body wasn't fully present on breaking down the food that you were eating, because your mind was also consuming and breaking down the information that you were taking in. So please be mindful of that and just focus on eating your food when it's mealtime. And other ways to create a sacred environment for your food is to, maybe if you are playing music, have it be like soft. What the heck
Soft?
is soft?
That would be soft.
Play some soft music. Play soft, calming music that is gentle and relaxing. Maybe light some incense, maybe grab some fresh flowers and place them at the dining room table. All of those things can be and can help to create a sacred environment for eating. And then, when you are eating, you also want to be in a pleasant mind state. So you want to be happy when you eat. And most importantly, you want to be happy when you're preparing food. So the same energy that you have when you're preparing food or cooking food, that energy is going to be transferred into the food. So whoever eats that food, such as your partner, your kids, anybody else, even yourself, you're going to be intaking that same energy. So be mindful of that. And also when you're eating, you want to have a happy mind state. So if you are upset, you're angry, you're irritated, don't eat.
And
don't
just
cook.
just to think, something to think about also, we're all cooking at this time.
Yes.
So
Most of us are.
most of us are. And
Hopefully.
if you notice that you're cooking at this time, once you go back to eating at these restaurants, notice the difference of the food. Like, just notice how that tastes. Start to be more familiar with your taste buds and how the food, you'll understand how the food is prepared, and you'll understand the energy that is being put in that food. So just a tip for that, for sure.
Ooh. I just spilled my tea. That's okay. We just recently, we were running errands and we got hungry, so we stopped at one of our favorite restaurants. And Amir and I have been cooking ever since the pandemic happened. I love to cook, and so I'm so grateful that I've had the opportunity to really cook as much as possible. And we went to one of our favorite restaurants, and I won't name it, but you could just tell that the energy shifted. And you see this in a lot of places. A lot of employees are not being treated well during this time, and I'm sure the employees that were in that restaurant were, for lack of a better term, they were upset and pissed off to be there because they weren't being treated properly, and they were being overworked. And you could feel that energy in the food. And when we tasted the food, both of us were like, hold up, this is not blank's quality. And it was upsetting, but energy is everything. You can taste it immediately. So just be mindful of that. You want to prepare and consume food with a happy and healthy mind state.
Definitely. Keep going, Adrian. I'm about to grab a towel. You spilled something.
I know, I spilled my tea. So other than that, I think that sums it up. If you have any questions, I open up the floor now. I recommend that if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below. But the purpose of today was just for us to share the tips that we incorporate in our daily lives. And all of this is simple. Ayurveda is, although a lot of people are new to Ayurveda, and Ayurveda can sound like this lofty thing, this mystical thing, it's really not. It is essential for our very own healing. It is pro-nature, it is holistic, it is safe and green. So definitely just be good to your body, and all of these things that we recommended today can be implemented by anyone and any body.
And we have a question. I'm going to put you guys right side up real quick.
Yes. What can you do to fix the vibration of the food if you know the person was a bit upset or negative? Great question. So Amir and I still ate the food because we were very hungry. We had to listen to the natural urge of our hunger. And to answer that question, for us, what I did was
Dropped y'all. My bad.
I think the best... Okay, do you need help? Oh my gosh. It's technical difficulties, y'all. Okay. Sorry, hopefully you're not getting dizzy here. Okay. I think the best thing that you can do in that moment is to bless the food. So although maybe not the best energy was put into the food, you can put your loving energy onto the food, and you can bless the food before you eat. So I am also, both of us got certified in Reiki. So when we bless our food, we actually put Reiki energy onto our food. So we sit with our food, we bless it, and we just send our loving energy into the food. And I think that's the best thing that, for me, in my opinion, that you can do.
And also when you do that too, you're setting up your digestive system. Mm-hmm. So you're letting we speak, the person you speak to the most every day, who do you probably think? Is yourself. You speak to yourself the most every day. So your cells hear everything that you say to yourself. So for you, it's kind of like your pre-warm-up game. Again, this is me being an athlete. I have athletic mindset. I pre-game my food. I bless my food through a pre-game warm-up and just sending myself positive affirmations and bringing that positive that feeling towards my digestive system into my food. So energy, again, is everything.
Yes. Alrighty. Is that the only question?
It's my mom just chimed in.
Sorry, Janine. All right, so that completes today's episode. We just wanted to share a couple oh gosh, my words today. A couple tips to help you incorporate an Ayurvedic lifestyle in just a few simple, easy steps. So again, love your body, be patient with your body, move your body, do things that make you happy, that spark joy, that make you smile, and whatever you do, do it with love. So again, if you're consuming food, do it with love. If you're exercising, do it with love. If you are going through a difficult time, go through it with love. And we love you. We're here to support you in any way that we can, and we're so grateful for all of you for continuing to tap in with us. And yeah,
that's it.
Tomorrow, quick announcement. Yep.
Yes, tomorrow, Wisdom Wednesday. We have, after our meditation at 7 a.m., we have a workshop with Jackery.
Yes.
So tune in, 12 p.m.
Yes.
It's going to be a great workshop.
So this workshop is very, 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 it's going to be a good one, and it also touches a lot of people to the core. So I highly recommend that you tap in. This workshop is all about rising above depression. So Jackery will be speaking upon his own experiences, what he's learned along the way, and we're super excited to share space with him and to openly share our stories about a topic that often isn't talked about. So we do need to continue to share our stories, continue to connect, to heal one another, to uplift one another, to support one another. So
definitely,
we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Definitely.
That workshop is at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
We have another question, one more question.
Yes.
Any tips on drinking in a copper cup?
Yes.
Ayurvedic perspective.
Yes. So copper is antibacterial, antiviral, it's cleansing, it has many healing properties. So that's why I recommended the topper, copper tongue scraper. So if you have a copper cup, I would recommend drinking out of that, but doing it with, I would say, too much of one thing is not good. So have a variety. So drink out of your copper cup a few times a week or a couple times a day, but have a variety. So do your other cups that you have in your house as well.
All right.
Okay, we love you all so much. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your support. Again, all of our classes are donation based, so please support our Eat, Move, Meditate LA initiative to bring yoga, meditation, and plant-based foods to communities that need it most. Venmo information is pinned below, or if you don't see it anymore, it's just Yogi Athlete via Venmo.
Or you can screenshot this
Yay.
and do some social currency.
Yes.
Spread the word of what we're doing, and let's keep working together, you guys.
Yep, we'll see you tomorrow. 2 times, meditation and the workshop at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
All right, y'all.
Love you. Have a beautiful day.